Welcome to NYC.com.
If you're ready to take it, shorty, let me hear you clap your hands. I got a shorty, her name is Tina Colada. Okay, her body's so damn hot. Why the biggest of okay. Ma, come get me. No, I'm tipsy. I don't like the dance, smoking super whiskey. No, I'm all stuck and I know she wanna hit me. Hey, little mama, let me see you clap. No, I gotta show she wanna see me rap. VIP cool, but the G's in the back. Catch me on the wall with the trees in the yak. We wanna drink it all in the club. We wanna drink it all.
Yeah, what's going on? This is your dude AP. Welcome to NYC Television. Welcome to NYC.com. And as I told you, I'm out here in the studio with Duane DaRock. And how you doing?
I'm doing real good right now.
I mean, I heard that heat. Like, what's good with that?
Well, the record called Tipsy, featuring Styles P, Smash. Thanks to King Shamad. You know, it's all good.
Wow. So, I mean, how long have you been in the music business?
Whoa, over. Tell you that means that you be knowing how old I am. Nah,
In the business.
for real. I've been 20 years in the game, making music for artists, behind the scenes, you know, ghostwriting, you know, rapping on people's projects. You know, my grandfather used to play behind Duke Ellington, so he's an upright bass player. It's just I'm part of the DNA. I have a son that's 14, so he's making music, so it's definitely in the DNA. It's genetics for real.
Wow. So, okay, growing up on the East Coast, how do you feel aside from your family being in music? How did growing up on the East Coast influence the music you make?
Growing up on the East Coast, for one, you know, growing up in New Bedford outside of Boston, Massachusetts, it was hard, you know, because we had a lot of haters. A lot of haters are the ones that are seem to be the ones that are the closest to you, you know what I mean? Because when they say something, it really hurts. But the reality is it's about how you feel about yourself, with your confidence and your self-esteem. And as long as you have that drive and that ambition, you ain't got to worry about what anybody has to say. But it was hard trying to convince my hometown that I was that person, that star, you know. And I just kept it grooving, kept it moving. And I got inspired from just from I come from culture, and my culture is music, you know. And I just feel like the people that was around, I had some people who didn't believe and I had some people who did believe, but the people that did believe was the ones who was very consistent on making sure that drive was in me all the time. Okay, what if one time I actually get phone calls at 6 o'clock in the morning, you up? You ready to make it happen? I'm like, yo, I'm ready to make it happen. All right, now I'm going back to bed, boom, and I'm up making it happen. So I had a lot of positive influences around, along with the negative influences around that helped me become positive.
Boston is not far from New York at all. This is Welcome to NYC.com. Welcome to NYC Television. So, who are some of the artists in New York who you have gotten to work with? And also let me know afterwards artists that you would like to work with in New York that you haven't yet.
Yo, it's crazy because New York was definitely, I used to, back in the early 90s, I was signed to a production company based out of East Orange, New Jersey. And I used to always go to Port Authority, get up from the bus station, and I used to see different cats, you know, up and coming artists, you know, and through the Port Authority, and we would vibe inside the bus station, start, you know, doing a little freestyle, and then next thing you know, it's your man Lakem Shabazz. Next thing you know, it's Apache. You know, Tretch United by Nature. I'm vibing with all these cats in East Orange, New Jersey building, and then New York, you know, hooked up with Big Daddy Kane.
Wow.
You know,
One of the legends.
yeah, hooked up with Big Daddy Kane. This up him. I hooked up with Rakim, you know, and KRS-One.
Another legend.
Yeah, the KRS-One did a whole album on KRS-One called Maximum Strength. And LL Cool J. Yeah, I've been working with LL for a minute. Man, New York is New York. For real. Busta Rhymes, you know, I had a chance to get my feet wet with Busta and some things, you know. And, he's been definitely someone that's been solid. Redman, oh man, Redman.
Wow.
Yeah, Yes, Redman, Method Man. I mean, I've been rolling on a mission as far as just capturing that East Coast influence and bringing it to the West, because here we are on the West Coast and we doing it. But New York, I used to rock Sweetwater's in New York off of I think it was Broadway or Amsterdam Ave. It's one of those spots, but Sweetwater used to always get my Apollo Theater. Used to kill the Apollo Theater. Oh man, I'll never forget it. August 28, 1991. Smashed the Apollo Theater.
Wow, that's crazy. It sounds like, my man has done a whole lot. He has a long chart. Was like the easiest to work with? Like, who would you like just do another song with, like at the drop of the dime? Because it's just, the song is just gonna be done just like one time.
Like, it's crazy because it's like a Redman. You would get a Redman, and Redman goes off the dome, and once he catches a little vibe, it's a wrap. KRS-One, I ain't gonna lie, we sat here and I told him I was gonna do his whole album. He looked at me like I was crazy. He was like, DaRock, you will not be doing a KRS-One album. You will have one song. So I was like, okay, no problem. I'll give you one record. Next time I'm playing another track. DaRock, it looks like you having 2 songs on my album. I played another one, 3, 4, 5. We're getting up to 8. DaRock, you have 8 songs on the KRS-One album. Yes. And I will keep it consistent, and I ended up doing 30 records on KRS-One, and I put another producer named Desmond on the record, and James Desmond put him on the record because I wanted to spread the wealth a little bit. He was a producer that I was, trying to make something happen with. Still trying to do something with him as well. But KRS-One, it was easy because it was convenient, because he was like, I would get a phone call, I'll be right in the middle of the movie theater, with my girl, man, and I get a phone call, DaRock, I'm outside your house. I'm like, look, I'm in a movie right now. DaRock, I'll wait for you, but I ain't gonna wait too long. I'll be like, left the girl in the movie theater.
Oh, good.
Left in the movie theater, it was a bad look. I had to go and cook dinner that night, later on and make up. But
ladies, he cooking too.
Oh, I'm cooking for real. But the reality is that you do have to make sacrifices in this game. And but KRS-One, LL Cool J he was dope too. I can't front. LL was definitely it seemed like these artists, because they know how they sound and they know how they want. They going in and do the one take Jake on you. It's like you're not used to that. You be in there like scratching your head like, are you sure? Are you really serious? Like, this is what it is. And after listening to it back, it's crazy. Oh, and must I remind you, Jay-Z and Memphis Bleak, loved working with them too. Unbelievable. Straight up.
Wow. Hey, this list is a long list. Long, like one of them.
You really want to laugh. My man Big Chuck is the one who put me down with Jay-Z, and I did a record called In My Life that was supposed to be on the Hard Knock Life album. And what happened was, they didn't clear the sample in time. Warner Special Products didn't clear for the record in time. I had flipped I Want to Know What Love Is. I want to know what love is. So I flipped that record. Jay-Z calls me up at 7 o'clock in the morning. I'm like, yo, who's this calling? It's crazy. What's going on? Like, phone's ringing, blah, blah, boom. He's on the phone. Yo, send the reels. This joint's crazy. Send the reels. So I go to the studio, print it out, send the reel, and it's a good look. Everybody's feeling the record. He laid it down, and we couldn't get the record clear. And then what happened was, 2 weeks, it was like September 20, I'll never forget, it was September 28th. He was clearing they had the sample clearance, all this stuff had to been in, and I didn't meet the deadline. So what Jay-Z did is he held on to the record for a few years, gave it to Emil. Emil turned around and did something to it, and then he turned around and said, nah, I'm gonna give it to Bleak. So we gave it to Memphis Bleak, and it was on the Understanding album, track 14, and then we also threw it in the Backstage, in the movie Backstage. So, but Jay-Z is one of the artists I can honestly say that if he likes something, I don't care if he don't use it at that moment. If he liked it at that moment, you best believe at some point you are gonna hear that record, because he's not one of them cats that just likes something just to be liking it. When he likes it, he loves it. He's an extremist. December 4th, the Sagittarius. He's multitask, he's everything. But You know how we do.
NYC.com.